Have you ever seen someone so confident that they can turn a completely normal situation into an absolute disaster within seconds? Well, that's exactly what happens here. What starts as a simple security check at a bar suddenly becomes one of the most awkward, shocking, and unbelievable moments imaginable. Nobody expects what Mac is about to do, and the funniest part is that he thinks he's doing a fantastic job. The people around him are confused, the situation keeps getting worse, and every second makes the entire scene more uncomfortable than the last. But instead of stopping, Mac keeps pushing forward with complete confidence. And trust me, by the end of this situation, you'll be wondering how things went so wrong so quickly. The scene begins with Mac proudly talking about his role at the bar. He sees himself as an important member of the security team. In his mind, he isn't just standing at the entrance checking people before they come inside. He believes he is protecting the entire establishment. While other people may see him as a simple doorman, Mac sees himself as something much bigger. He takes the job seriously and acts like every decision he makes could affect the safety of everyone around him. As he explains his responsibilities, another person becomes curious about how he handles difficult situations. Checking IDs, dealing with customers, and controlling who enters the bar might sound simple, but Mac acts as if he is trained for high-level security operations. He carries himself with so much confidence that you might almost believe him. Almost. To demonstrate his skills, a small roleplay scenario is created. The idea seems harmless at first. Someone will pretend to be a customer trying to enter the bar, and Mac will show everyone how he handles the situation. It sounds easy enough. After all, how difficult can it be to greet a customer and decide whether they should enter? But the moment the roleplay begins, something feels strange. Instead of calmly approaching the situation, Mac immediately starts.
The atmosphere changes almost immediately. Just a few moments ago, everyone was treating the roleplay like a joke. People were laughing, making random comments, and enjoying the absurdity of the situation. But now, there is a different feeling in the room. The laughter becomes mixed with concern. Nobody is quite sure how seriously they should take what just happened. And that uncertainty makes everything even more uncomfortable. Max stands there trying to explain himself. From his perspective, the situation is completely reasonable. He believes he reacted the way a good security professional should react. The problem is that absolutely nobody else sees it that way. Every explanation he offers seems to create even more confusion. Instead of clearing things up, he keeps digging himself deeper into trouble. One of the people watching begins asking questions. Not simple questions either. These are the kind of questions that force someone to think carefully before answering. Unfortunately, careful thinking is not exactly Mac's strongest skill in moments like these. He responds quickly, confidently, and without fully considering how his words might sound. The result is exactly what you would expect. Every answer creates another problem. Every defense raises another concern. Every attempt to make himself look better somehow makes the situation look worse. What's fascinating is that Mac doesn't appear malicious.
The moment Mac opens his mouth again, everyone prepares themselves for another unbelievable explanation. At this point, nobody expects a normal answer. Nobody expects accountability. Nobody expects logic. What they expect is exactly what they've been getting since the roleplay started. Absolute chaos. And somehow, Mac manages to deliver exactly that. Instead of accepting that his actions may have been inappropriate, he begins building an entirely new argument. In his mind, the problem isn't what he did. The problem is that everyone else is interpreting it incorrectly. It's a level of confidence that would almost be impressive if it weren't creating such a massive disaster. The people around him stare in disbelief. Every sentence he speaks sounds like it should solve the problem, but somehow it creates 3 new problems instead. The discussion moves in circles. One person points out a flaw in his reasoning. Mac responds with another explanation. That explanation creates another question, then another, then another. The cycle never ends. What's truly amazing is that Mac never completely loses faith in himself. Most people would eventually realize they're standing on very shaky ground.
Most people would become cautious. They would start choosing their words carefully. They would try to avoid making the situation worse. Mac does the exact opposite. The more pressure he feels, the more confidently he speaks. It's as if he believes confidence alone can solve everything. For a few moments, the room becomes divided. Some people are laughing because the situation has become so ridiculous that it's impossible not to. Others are trying to seriously explain why this is a problem. The combination creates a strange atmosphere where comedy and panic exist at the same time. Nobody knows whether to laugh or worry. And that's exactly what makes the entire situation so entertaining.